I believe in the power of music. I believe in music because what hyped up action movie doesn't have the epic background music to get the people going? What's the use of a rave without the mind and beats and loves of any dubstep producer? What's the use of setting the mood without the help of some slow baby making music? Where do the skaters, the preps, the poors, the emos, the rejects, the hipsters, and everybody else go for the time of need? I believe in music because it can cleanse the heart and it can cleanse the soul before it can stitch up any wound. I believe in music because whatever you're feeling, it's been sung about before. And I believe in music because it reminds people that they're not alone in this world. Music can transform even the saddest of souls happy. I believe in music because with music, the sky's the limit. Growing up the way I wanted could hardly be chosen by me. Not everybody grows up with a proper family with both loving parents and a safe environment free from the everyday torture from the fields of humanity. There's bullies, pain, separation, heartbreak, lack of some things. Life sucks. It breaks you and tears you and ties you to a chain and drags you behind a car. There's no escaping it or its constant torture that makes it almost seem like the essence of being sadistic can be placed onto such a thing that is no living being. Growing up, I caught little hints of music. Maroon 5, All American Rejects, Jason Mraz, and others. I was young and ignorant. I listened to the songs and thought to myself, how can people find meanings in these songs? I don't understand a single thing that they're talking about. There would be songs I would hear that would have bad meaning in it, and I'd be completely blind from it. This is my 5th grade year, also being the time I moved into the hellhole of Big Spring. It took me until my freshman year in high school to actually start to appreciate music and realize that it had a whole meaning. By this time I was listening to Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, Asking Alexandria, and many of the sort. Metal it's called. I could trace out the beats of each instrument. I could do the vocals, or at least tell myself I could do the vocals. Really all I could do was sing and whisper the screaming parts and attempt to imitate it. By the time 10th grade rolled around and was introduced to a band named Law Dispute. Little did I know at the time, however, that this band would bring me through the light. It's my go-to band for anything I'm in need. I believe in music because the power to lift me from the elevated state of inner sadness to some level I can barely describe. It's a state of lack of happiness, but also a lack of sadness. It is peaceful. It brings on existentialist ideas. It lets me realize and see everything I've already seen, but in a different way. I got more into the genre of music as I dug myself deeper. Another music had such a diverse use of instruments and vocals. Coming up on my junior year, I met a man named Sean. He's a vocalist, he's a writer, he's a drummer, he's a guitarist, and he's everything legendary about a man you could think of. He's a god. I grew fond of him and became very good friends with him. He taught me how to scream like all of the bands I listened to do. He taught me about the meaning of life. He taught me about stories and hardships he had endured. He shared with me a friendship and someone I could talk to. He wasn't the only person I met. I met a man named Vincent, who I later discovered would be almost like a brother to me. Next, I met a man named Jacob. He taught me the beauty of a guitar and the subgenre of metal named prog. I was shown the ways of a guitar and how to use it by this man, and he created in me an urge to be finally something more than I would have ever dreamed of. These weren't the only men in my life that showed me the essence of music. My lifelong best friend, cousin, brother, homie, broski, and every other word that fits in with that. His name is Nicholas. He taught me the meaning of not caring. He taught me to not let things walk over me, to be smart and make the right choices and make sure I'm getting the things I need. Nick showed me that there are some things in life that you don't need to stress over. He showed me that he may not like the idea of something, but he'll go along with it just because he knows that I want to do it. And he showed me courage and strength and with funny action titles. Another man in my life is Uncle Bruce. Old exterior, young and alive interior. He showed me rock and roll. He showed me Harley Davidsons. He's passed down tools and fixing things and working with woodcraft. Next in line is a man named Jack Wagon Man. I don't have pictures of him, and I don't have pictures of me from back when I met him, but it was kindergarten when I met him. The memories of how it was back then are faint and hard to remember. I remember that he was stern, and he wanted his way, and if it wasn't his way, he was unhappy. He was strict with me, but never mean. I respected him, and he knew it. He taught me about the importance of working hard and being respectful of my peers and others. He grew on me and wanted the best for me and liked being around me and getting to talk to me while at the same time being stern. I was always unsure how that worked, but like I said before, his music can dramatically change tempos and beats and become any part of the song turned bad, such as a chorus or a last verse. I was not able to shape my life the way I wanted. My mother let alcohol consume her, and she became a cheater and a walking mess of guilt. So my sister and I were forced to grow up without her. Soon after meeting Jack, my grandfather, cancer in his lungs grew an alarming rate and consumed him from my life. My uncle was cradled with the heavy burden of a bad heart, and the legs of his cradle were growing thin. Their importance in my life were greatly shaped how music affects me, how it makes me feel, and there's a difference between each feeling you get from each of them. I believe in music because it lets you feel heard. I believe in music because it can help you. I believe in music because it can become one with my soul.